Okay, what's up guys? So today's video is gonna be in English and I'm gonna do an arms shoulder session. So probably not what most people would expect from me because I'm usually doing legs push pull, but this is basically a modified push session with some added arm volume. So the first exercise I'm gonna do is a Gym 80 neutral grip press, which is very triceps dominant. And one of my goals with this sessions is basically to build on my strengths, which is one, like my back triceps is good. So I just want to make it great with this session and also improve on my shoulders. And yeah, this is basically the main theme of this whole session. And I'm sprinkling in some extra chest volume, so it's not solely arms and shoulders, but yeah, we're gonna focus on those movements. First up, the neutral grip chest press, which is very triceps dominant, and then we just move on from there. So finished my 2 sets there, top set and back off set with this machine. I made a post recently about this machine by Gym 80. It is very lockout heavy. So in the bottom position you can actually bounce out of the bottom position and then try to accelerate the weight as fast as you can into the lockout position, because very short before lockout the weight becomes incredibly heavy. So this is perfect for triceps pressing and one of the reasons why I chose this exercise for today's session. Alright, so after my triceps dominant pressing, I'm gonna do some chest isolation. I'm doing this to get some additional volume for my chest because the triceps press was obviously for my arms. So this one is just to isolate my chest to get some extra volume, and is an addition to what I do in my regular push session the other day of the week. Up the seated cable fly. This is an exercise that I would never do first, so it's after my chest press, triceps dominant chest press, where I already have like a warmed up chest, and then I can perform like a very stretch heavy movement like the seated cable fly. And now we move on to the next exercise.
Oh, come on! Push! No! Surge! Oh, come on! Let's go! Ah!
Finished up my last triceps movement. This is a Panatta Overhead Extension. I'm doing this last because once again there's a large stretch component with this exercise, and I never would do this exercise first, simply for safety reasons and for basically a mind-muscle feel that you have with that exercise, and it just feels better when the muscle is pumped. So I'm racking up triceps with this exercise, and now we're moving on to shoulders. So next movement is going to be a rear delt row. One of the reasons why I'm starting my delt training with something for rear delts is because usually the rear delt is a weakness for most people, especially for myself. So I want to make sure it's no longer a weakness next year when I step on stage again. So with the fully pumped triceps from my previous sets, I get a much better feedback when I row back and try to aim for max shoulder extension. So I'm trying to keep my scapula as stable as possible and neutral as possible, and row back with my elbow as far as possible. So that is the main goal, to isolate the rear delts. And like I said, especially with the fully pumped triceps, it feels really nice to get into that peak contraction. So that's it. After doing rear delts, we're now doing lateral raises. As some of you may know, I like to program higher rep ranges for laterals, simply because you just are able to isolate the muscle a little bit better with a higher rep range compared to like a classic 8 to 12 rep range. So I like 30 plus reps on my laterals, and it simply allows me to fully focus on pushing from inside to outside. Instead of thinking up and down, I just think in and out with my lateral raises. So that's it. Alright, so we wrapped up shoulders with the side laterals. Now we're moving on to biceps, and we're gonna do the rope hammer curl again. I already did it in my pull session, so for those of you who didn't watch the video with my pull session because it's in German, the reason I like to do them in this higher rep range is because I can just feel my brachialis better. I can isolate it better. So I'm just trying to get a pain-free pump, so to speak, in my biceps. And after that, I'm gonna move on to a movement with a heavy stretch component, like a preacher curl, for example, and go from there. Alright guys, so that wraps up my modified push session basically. It was an arm shoulder session, very triceps, very arm, very shoulder dominant, with some chest sprinkled in there. And the next video will be in German again, and the following video from that will be in English again, so we're gonna go with that theme of German, English, and I hope you enjoy.